Hi, everyone. Welcome back to AEM Manufacturing Express. We are here to interview Representative Eric Sorensen. He is from the 17th District of Illinois. He's joining me here today at the Komatsu facility. We just did a fabulous groundbreaking. Yep. And then we just talked about the Manufacturing Express. I am sitting in for Kip Eideberg. I'm Megan Snell, the president of AEM, and this is my one-time shot in getting to do this interview. So I'm so excited. We're going to boot Kip out. Just kidding. Okay, so thank you for being on board with us. We're excited to have you here. We're very proud to be in Peoria. I know you are too, to have this whole event here. So talk to me about the importance of equipment manufacturing to Peoria County and to the state of Illinois in general.
Right. So my congressional district represents Rockford, Moline, Rock Island, Peoria, Bloomington, Normal. So
we hotbed of manufacturing.
Right, we build a lot right here, right? But here's the thing: is I don't want people to have or think about that stigma that manufacturing is gone, that it's not worth fighting for anymore, because that's not true. And it's not true in this district. So when we look at the history of what we have built just here in Peoria, even though, the world headquarters of Caterpillar is in Texas, how many people are still employed in Peoria at Caterpillar, understanding that this Komatsu plant, in the world's largest dump truck is sitting out front, how important that is, or the people that work here. So when I talk with the workers here, it's not just about what they do day in, day out. It's that they are going to be able, after hard work, to get that paycheck, but then to be able to retire with a retirement, and then they're going to be able to be proud of their kids and their grandkids carrying a little thing.
Right. I love that. Some of the research that we've done has shown that manufacturing jobs they provide above average family sustaining incomes, that you can work in this industry, and to your point, you can retire, in a healthy, financially sound manner and support your family. So I love that. Okay, so let's transition a little bit to what you do for your day job. Tell me a little bit more about your work in Congress to support U.S. manufacturing.
Right. So I'm really proud of the Onshore Act.
And we are too. Thank you.
It quite simply, I'll be honest with you. So I live 1 mile from the bridge that goes over from Illinois into Iowa. Okay. And so, when you look at the Quad Cities, half of our population lives on the Illinois side of the river and half lives on the Iowa side. And it's been frustrating to me when I see jobs go over to the state of Iowa versus staying in Illinois. And then understanding that to develop corporations, to make sure that we move new places for people to work into Illinois, well, there's a lot that needs to be done to get it ready, to get site readiness. And so because the state of Illinois has Chicago, you don't need necessarily to make sure that the site readiness is there. People will just go to the suburbs of Chicago and move in. But what are we doing downstate? So I worked literally across the river and across the aisle with Congresswoman Mary Nettleton. And so we were able to work together to create the Onshore Act. So that is with the funds within the United States Department of Commerce that, in East Moline, we have the workers. They're ready to work. How do we get that plant to build? Yeah. And so this is going to allow us to be able to put funding in that we can get people back to the region. Because here's the thing, it doesn't just positively affect me on the Illinois side, but it affects the Congresswoman on her river too.
Well, and I want to thank you for working across not just state lines, but party lines as well. So you mentioned Miller Meeks. She's been on this bus. All right. She was with us in Iowa with some of her constituents, and none of this happens without some sort of ability to collaborate and work together. And that is a huge part of what we do.
And here's the thing, is the politics of division doesn't work for people, right? That only works for a political party. And so what I want to be able to do, my background, I was the weatherman on TV for 20 years. So I feel like we're back on the morning show. So here's the thing, is
we should take this on the road. We could do that. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
But here's the thing, is when we do this, even neighbor by neighbor, we don't help solve a problem.
Right.
We're not creating strong communities or a strong bond. And so we need to get away from that. The only thing that works today in Congress, and I know this because I'm there, is the bipartisan stuff. It is where you have members that are willing to work across the aisle to say, all right, sometimes when we can't even meet in the middle, it's okay to agree, just that we're going to give and take. Yeah, so it's either meet in the middle or give and take. We need more people like that.
I love that we basically just solved the political divide. We could just work together.
All those people out over here need to come over into the middle and then...
So, okay, name one thing that you want people to know about manufacturing communities like Peoria, Illinois. You touched on a little bit in the first question, but what do you want people to know about communities?
So, I mean, this place has a history. We're on the Illinois River. When you look at the historical photos, when you understand that Absolute Ribbon beer was made here for generations, right? And we manufacture, the things that drive the world today,
right?
As a member of Congress, I'm able to go on trips around the world and to be able to see the logos of the companies that are headquartered in my district, it makes me feel like I'm back home.
Yeah.
But people have to understand that we need to do more to support manufacturing here. And every job that is outside of this bus, every job needs to be fought for, right? So that we can continue to build things here.
It's a beautiful slice of Americana that really makes a difference that people don't understand. We were talking to some of the people out there in the manufacturing. I don't think they understand the importance of what they do.
They're heroes, and they don't see it. They're doing their job the best they can do.
Yeah.
They're heroes. They don't know it.
Part of a bigger picture, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So on this Manufacturing Express, we're going 10,000 miles, tour across the U.S., and a couple wrap-up questions.
Yeah,
Have a little fun with this, okay? About your favorite road trip memories. Have you went on road trips as a kid, or maybe with your family now? I don't know.
It reminds me of this.
Oh, we only had a 15-foot Winnebago, so you must have had a really nice.
No. So I had a crazy idea. I worked at the TV station in Moline, Illinois. I said to my boss, Alan, what if we got an RV company to sponsor an RV and we took the show on the road?
To love it.
And he said, it's not the craziest idea you had, Eric. Go write it up.
So you were going to join us now.
So here was the thing. So there were two photographers and me, and we drove this RV.
Oh my gosh.
First day was on an aircraft carrier in Norfolk, Virginia. Second day was in Charleston, South Carolina. Third day under the New River Gorge Bridge in West Virginia. Fourth day I was at Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama.
Wow.
And ended at the Indy 500.
Oh my gosh.
On that Friday.
I bet you'd never that.
So I'll tell you. So seeing the country, it was really cool to be able to do it from an RV. But then what we were able to do was tell people back home, go explore.
Yeah,
city.
that's great.
It's okay if you want to go and go see Venice, Italy. I've never been really, but there's so many things that you can observe here, and then when you get to talk with people,
go experience our infrastructure firsthand. Okay, favorite road trip song.
Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way.
Oh, I love it. That's a good one. And gets home for me too. All right, we were talking snacks. Favorite road trip snack.
Well, you just happen to have it when I walked in. It's got to be beef.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Oh, I love it.
Can you even go on road
You
trip
were
without
protein proponent before it even became popular, huh?
You have, and it's important. You have that sweet and salty, which are the teriyaki. It slaps.
Yeah. I love it. That's great. Mine was birdseed, and my mom would always make a big tub of it. That was fun. So, okay. Any last words you want to share with us? Anything you want to wrap it up with?
Well,
as you're chewing, sorry. This is what happens when it's live on air. Just kidding.
So the last thing I want to say, thank you, AEM. Thank you for what you do to spotlight what we do in manufacturing, how we need to support it. Also, being able to have other members of Congress sit right here to say, these are the reasons why we do the hard work to represent the people.
Yeah.
I think people, when they go to the ballot box and they're going to go make a decision, the decision has to be made on who has already shown the work. I'll never forget, real quick story. My 7th grade math teacher, Mrs. Powell, I remember I had an exam and I said, Mrs. Powell, I got the right answer. And she come over and she said, congratulations, Eric, you got the right answer. And she just walked right back to her desk. The thing was, she said, you're going to get the credit when you show your work. You can't just guess. You can't just say, I've got the answer. You have to take people on the steps to say, these are the things that I have done that deserve the credit.
Yeah.
And I think more people need to do that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully people understand the hard work that has happened within this industry, and let's give this industry the credit it deserves, how important manufacturing is. So, Congressman Sorensen, I want to thank you for joining us on board. We appreciate everyone's time here, and it was a great day at Komatsu, and we hope to see you again soon. Sounds good. Thanks.